Hello, everyone, and welcome to the April Mother Mary Monthly Message. So happy that you can be here. Some of you are on live with me now, and others will hopefully watch it either on Facebook or on my YouTube channel. April is going to be an interesting time from everything I've been hearing from other information and also from Mother Mary. And I think the thing that is going to be important for each of us to recognize, springtime is a time of planting, right? It's a time when you plant things. And most of us think about a garden out there. But Mother Mary has invited us to think about the garden in here and what we have planted and what we have perhaps not weeded, and also what we would like to grow. And for a long time, I've been studying energy medicine. Many of you have taken Reiki with me and know Reiki from other teachers as well, and other energy modalities. And what's always been a little fascinating to me is, why do some people heal quickly? Why do some people take a long time? And why do some people not heal at all? Like, what's up with that? And I know some people will talk about karma. Some people will say, well, you know, that's your lesson and this and that. And I've always found that a little unsatisfactory. And so I know Mother Mary is going to talk tonight about how to shift anything you would like to shift inside of you so that you can be the garden. In other words, grow the flowering bud that you are, or grow the presence that you choose to inhabit. Because many of us have done energy work, many of us are energy workers, many of us have gone to shamans and retreats and read books and done all this stuff. So, you know, you kind of wonder, why aren't we now living in an enlightened society? You know, with all of us working so hard and diligently, what is it that is keeping us from really shining in our own ways? And I'm going to defer to Mother Mary in just a moment, but while some more people were getting on, I just wanted to kind of give you some of the background. And what she has told me is that this time of 2023 and beyond is actually an opportunity to completely blow away anything that no longer serves you. When I say blow it away, I mean like weeding a garden. It still takes some work and some effort, and sometimes a lot of sweat. But it is that time, because we're coming into the time in which all of us agreed to be here. And all of us have done an amazing amount of work to be the brightest light that we can be. And yet sometimes still things are still not fully functioning, like me going to the chiropractor today and having her do a huge oomph on me and putting my rib out. It's like, really? Well, the good news is, right after that, I gave myself Reiki. I invited and asked some of my friends to send me Reiki. I put arnica on, I said a prayer, and right now it's like it didn't even happen. And I'm very, very, very grateful for that, because in the past I've had ribs go out and it's been painful and taken weeks to heal. So I asked Mother Mary tonight about that for me, to see if that example might be helpful to you. And I want to share that, and then I'll have her come in as well. And what she said to me is that it's important to understand that the body holds the pattern and the mind holds the story. So you can't really completely shift or change or heal something if you don't address both of those things. So the body holds the pattern, the mind holds the story. And so when I thought about it for myself, I realized there were times in my life when I didn't stand up for myself, and when I didn't feel like others supported me and loved me. And so here came this chiropractor, boom. And I'd gone there to feel better. And of course, I didn't in that moment. But as I drove home, I said, I now heal any past pattern, any idea that I'm alone and that I don't get the help that I need, and, you know, whatever. And I'm going to ask also for help, which I immediately got. And so I had to work both on my body, you know, with arnica and ice and Reiki, but also on my mind, and let myself feel what it's like to be in a certain level of pain, but to ask for help and to get it really within about 30 seconds. As soon as I posted that on my little group chat, I had responses right away, and they kept coming in. And so it's, again, it's a smaller example, because I know many of you have issues and friends who have issues that are perhaps greater than that. But really, in about an hour, it shifted from a pain level of about 7 to almost 0. And what helped me so much was the sense that I wasn't alone, I am loved, and I also can stand up for myself and be the light that I am. So the pattern, think about what's in the body that's related to the story that the mind is telling. And now I'm going to bring in Mother Mary and have her expound on that and see what she has to say. Well, hello to all of you. And yes, it is springtime. It is springtime, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. And so what's important about that is to realize life is cyclical. Things that you planted a while ago, perhaps they have blossomed already, or perhaps they got too weedy and you've eliminated them, or whatever. But this time that you're in right now is about the mastering, to be a master gardener, if you will, which is to realize the story that I tell myself is my garden. And the patterns that I have had from the past that perhaps were related to a less than happy story, those must be changed and replaced by a new story. And oftentimes there's a event or an epiphany that occurs in which you realize, oh, so-and-so lied to me. Okay, so now what? You know, and again, it isn't really about so-and-so. It's about realizing, am I lying to myself about who I am and why I'm here and what's up for me and how I want to really make sure that I have the most lovely life I can possibly have. And so in that epiphany, in that moment when you realize, okay, so-and-so lied to me, or so-and-so betrayed me, or so-and-so fired me from a job that I thought I was doing very well at, to come back inside and realize, how am I going to take what has happened and allow the story to still be one of redemption, one of really conquering whatever it was that occurred, to see yourself as the victor rather than the victim, right? And along with that, there's this process of realizing everything that is happening out there has to do with how others are gardening as well. You know, so your garden isn't always by itself. It's involved in perhaps a community garden of some kind. And so this time, 4/4 of 2023, my greatest reminder for you is create the story you want to live. Create the story you want to live about yourself, about your friends and family, about your community, about your state, about your country, about your life. Because otherwise what happens is you begin to be confined by and constricted by the stories that others are living, which may or may not be congruent with the story that you want to live. And so what's important is to realize there's the human evolutionary story that's going on out there, you know, in some ways. But there's also your own divine being story, who you are as a divine being in your human journey. And so if you begin to claim your true inheritance, that you are, as Einstein said, made of stars, you're from the stars. If you take the words of Jesus, all that I do, you can do and more. If you really take that in and think about it and let it be true for you, you realize, how have I been holding myself back from the possibilities that are here for me? And so the most important couple of things you can do is realize, I now choose to tell a better story for myself and for this world. And so it isn't about being in denial of the stories that others are leading and living. It's not about that. But it's to realize, I get to write my own story. I get to have the authorship of my story. And in that process, to, in a beautiful way, detach myself from the drama. And all of you have done a wonderful job of that. And from time to time, it's so funny. It just, as I was doing that, a crystal fell from the desk. Okay. So I guess I was gesturing too much. I don't know. But so what I'm saying is that the drama that's out there that caused my crystal to fall is in many ways not real. The drama is not real. Now, the circumstances can be very real. Tornadoes just happened, communities were decimated, but rather than seeing it as, oh my God, isn't this awful? Oh my God, you know, and just sort of running around like a chicken with your head cut off, you say, wow, that was really difficult. How can I help? Right? So you diminish the drama, which is an emotional trigger for whatever you're still carrying in your body of drama. Just be with that for a moment. Whatever you're still carrying in your body of drama from your life up until now is triggered by the drama reaction to whatever's happening out there. And so in order to really be a sovereign, sacrosanct, powerful, amazing soul in this life, you have to detach from drama. You can still be of amazing help. You can still, you know, send blankets or money or show up or volunteer for the Red Cross or all of that. But you don't do it from this drama place, which captures your emotion and puts you into the cauldron of that story. So there's a difference between being of service and being in the drama. And what we need are people out of the drama who are willing to serve and help and share in whatever ways each of you are guided. One of the important things I'm going to say is that drama diminishes humanity's power and therefore diminishes your possibilities and power. If every leader of every organization and every Red Cross or whatever allowed themselves to function in drama, they wouldn't be able to serve the people. I want to just give you a hero example, just so you understand what I'm talking about. Many of you have heard of and read about this wonderful World Central Kitchen and Chef Jose, right? So he shows up where it's been bombed and where there's no kitchen and where there's hardly any food and where everyone is sort of running around, again, like the chicken with the head cut off because they've had so much difficulty. And he just holds this energy of, I choose to serve and help and bring meals to everyone. And he gathers the people and he gathers the food and he just does it. Now, just imagine for a moment if he got into the drama of it, how ineffective he would be. His emotional state would just be going up and down all the time, instead of just centering on what is my part to play? How can I be of service? How can I help, you know, in this situation? And so he's one example right now that I think all of you can, you know, look up or read about or send him money or whatever feels right to you. And you can see the difference he is making by being that center of calm and of well-being, and also, of course, just natural creation of food, which the people so desperately need in that moment. And so what I'm asking of you is to realize, to be in the drama, whether it's the political drama, the emotional drama, the economic drama, is to make yourself less effective. You can't be helpful when you're in the drama. Now, does drama still happen? Yes, things happen. You know, Samara had her little incident at the chiropractor, absolutely. But instead of going into the drama, you know, and again, she didn't do this, but she could have gone to, how could this happen to me? I, blah, 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 you know. It happens, things do happen. We're not denying that. But when you take back your power, your authority, your sovereignty, your garden, your story, and you say, all right, this has happened. What's my part to play that is the most lovely, benevolent, correct, you know, morally correct, etc. And then that's what you do. So for all of you, I want you to just begin to notice if there are dramas that are sort of attracting your attention, and back up a little bit, you know, just back up a little bit from it, you know, and just say, all right, that's happening to my family, to my friends, to my community, what, you know, whatever it is. What is the most effective part that I can play? That's really it. Because now what you're doing is you're moving out of your own body the trauma and the patterns of drama from your past, taking back your leadership, your essential nature, your power, if you will, and saying, all right, what can I do to better this situation? And again, it's not about arguing with those who have different points of view. Think again of Chef Jose. He doesn't argue, you know, who's going to be the top chef or something. He just says, who's here? Where's the food? How can we, you know, build the cook stoves and things that we need? Let's go. Let's go. And I want you to look at that trajectory that he has established. And he's gone to many countries now and many disasters. And think about your trajectory. And again, I'm not asking any of you to be Chef Jose or Mother Teresa or someone else. It's you each have your own trajectory. And what that means is, what is your soul here to do? For some of you, it's to be a wonderful Reiki master and send Reiki to people and love them and hold them. And that's fabulous. For others, it's to be kind to your animals. For others, it's to build a literal community garden and share that. But the trajectory that you choose involves you being centered in yourself, not in drama. And then just saying, what's calling me, who's calling me, in a way that is honoring and in a way that is really going to make a difference. Because all of you want to make a difference, I know that. But drama creates a cauldron of emotional insecurity, anger, all of that. It's not helpful. So the first thing to do is to realize, all right, what's my epiphany on 4/4 of 2023? I am made in the image and likeness of God. Jesus himself said all that he does and did, I could do and more. All right, let's go. Let's go with that. Let's stop saying, oh, I'm only this and only that, and I don't have the money or the education or blah, blah, blah. No. Make your agreement with spirit. Make your agreement with spirit. Many years ago, you know, when I first came to Samara, and some of you have heard this story, but forgive me, I want to say it again. I asked her to be my messenger. And it scared the you-know-what out of her, because she didn't know how in the world she could live up to that, and what would it mean, and how would people, you know, respond, and would they think of her as on some pedestal, or would they throw tomatoes? And I said to her, what is the agreement, the sole agreement that you would be happy to follow? And it took her a few days or maybe a week, I don't remember now, but she got it. And that's what I'm asking of you. Now, her agreement, because the trajectory that was her invitation was me. But each of you have your own guides and teachers, and of course I'm with you all, but you have your own sense of how you want to be in this world. For Samara, she said, oh, all right, I'll go where I'm invited and I'll speak to those who would listen. And that has taken her all over the world and helped her find each and every one of you. And by doing that, it relieved her of the idea of the drama that was playing out in her head of either people adoring her so much that they would be, following her and camping out in her living room and on the lawn and stuff, or hate her and revile her and throw things and all that. It took away the drama. And so now, just like our Zoom call tonight, you're all invited, and we invite you to invite any friends who would find this enjoyable. We don't really need to talk to people that don't want to talk to us. It's fine. Let them hear whoever they do care about and respond to. But your soul agreement is basically, I will be the light I'm meant to be. And when you align with that, all the drama goes away. All the drama goes away. Because the epiphany is the light that you now honor and hold in yourself. And therefore, then the invitations that would resonate with who you are come to you. As easy as that. As easy as that. And when there is drama, friends and family and others who are going through things, we don't want you to ignore them. We're not saying that. But to join them in the drama is to get in the quicksand with them. And that's, again, not helpful for either of you. So it's to realize, all right, they're in the quicksand now of, whatever's going on. They've lost their job or something's happening. All right, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to do my I am statement. I am a light of God, whatever works for you. And then I'm just going to ask, how may I best help in this situation? Maybe it's just to put your arms around them. Maybe it's to say, I've been there, I know you'll get through it. Whatever that is whatever it is. But now what starts to happen is the drama in your life recedes. And your own life becomes a story of sharing your light. And that becomes the most important gift you want to talk about. It's the most important thing that you want to say to your loved ones, is how you shared your light that day. Whether it was our beautiful Joan walking in the woods and saying hello to the orbs and the fairies and everything else, or whether it was our wonderful Diane who cares for her huge family with endless support and love and clarity. All of you have your own way, and that is so beautiful. We don't want you to follow anyone else's way. But when you say, I will follow and be the light that I am, everything gets so much simpler. So please, if you can, in this wonderful, wonderful month of April, see yourself as a beautiful, pristine garden. See yourself having cleared the way, like the wonderful rototiller that goes and plows everything under, so get it fresh and ready for the next seeds, and see what you want to plant. And it's not things. It's not things that you want to plant. It's feelings. It's feelings. So I choose peace. I choose celebration. I choose joy. I choose love. Each of those are part of my garden. I choose to be a lamp unto those who have, for the moment, lost their light or misplaced it. I choose to be a God for those who are protectorless. Whatever is summoned from your deepest self, that becomes your garden, your story. So again, it isn't about, I'm going to, build an orphanage in India, you might. But when you plant the feelings that you're choosing in your garden, your personal garden, what you will do out there becomes clear because it's a function of the feelings that you choose to have. So many of you want to do something out there, and I understand that. But the first job of a master gardener is to clear the garden within and to create within the deep, wonderful soil what it is you want to grow. So for April, I just invite you to plant what you would sow and reap in the future. And the feelings that you wish for yourself, and yet you certainly also wish for others. Peace on earth begins within. Joy begins within. All of it is a function of how you have created a pattern in your own body and your own mind of being the love you came to be. Well, that's about a half an hour of Mother Mary talking tonight. And I'm going to stay on to talk to those who have gathered tonight with me. But I also just want to say to all of you, thank you. Because if you're listening to this, you are doing what you're meant to be doing, even if you have some drama still going on. You are. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to me and Samara. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Plant what you would reap. Plant it with joy. And remember to take out any weeds that are still there, of someone who told you you couldn't, of someone who told you you weren't good enough or tall enough or short enough or whatever they said to you. This is the time to plant the miracles. And the miracle, most of all, is you. So if you wish to have more of Mother Mary, you can go to Samara's website at samaragrace.com, on Facebook at Mother Mary Messages with Samara Grace, and also YouTube, Samara Grace. So for 444, I'm going to end the video in just a moment, and I just say to all of you, plant wisely, reap with joy. Much love. Namaste.